Hello, and welcome to an offshoot of Subject Baseball called Campus Green, where it's just a little yap sesh with some of my friends. We talk some baseball. Today, my lovely friend Emily came to chat with me. We talk about her growing up being a baseball fan and playing softball, and her history of being a Boston Red Sox fan, and talk a little bit about our current or most recent, I guess, Red Sox endeavors. So enjoy. Welcome to Campus Green. Hey guys, it's Editing Marleigh here. For whatever reason, the audio track does not exactly match up with the video track for this podcast. I don't know why. I tried my best. It's just not working. So the audio sounds completely fine if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, anywhere you're listening to the audio. The YouTube video, however, like I said, the video doesn't quite match up with the audio. So bear with me sometimes. Keep that in mind. It's the first time I'm trying to edit 2 video tracks into one audio track. So it's a little bit challenging at times, but hopefully it will be better in the future. Anyway, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Are you so excited to be on the podcast?
So excited to be on the podcast.
PSA, I look like a rat, and that's not going to change at all. Emily looks very cute.
A little radish.
I could have totally...
I just worked today.
So did I. I had jeans on for work, but then I went home and I took a nap, so now I'm in my Stitch sweatpants. Maybe that everybody should go listen to the audio version of this podcast instead.
Yeah, just don't look at us. Although I also hate my voice on tape, so maybe don't listen to us. But
no,
watch the podcast.
No, watch on mute or
just listen. And I'm sorry, I was sick last week, so enjoy my voice. It's back to normal. I always sound like this, but
I was also sick last week. I was coughing horrendously in Tony's episode. It was so bad.
Womp womp.
All right,
I'm ready.
This is Emily. She's here to answer some questions. Yay!
I don't know which one I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm going to be so frank.
Okay, so this one is your close-up.
Okay.
And then that one's going to have both of us. You can look at either of them.
Oh, fantastic.
That one's on your face.
Good, I've only been looking at that one.
Okay, so I've pretty much come up with 4 types of baseball fans. There's the all-knowing of, like, literally somehow knows every player, all stats, all the time, whatever. And then I would consider myself in between the next two, which is hardcore biased. So, like, you're hardcore for one team. And then casual, which is like, you know, you watch some games, whatever, you're a casual fan. And then just for looks, which is the people that just wear
I get it. Yeah.
the hats and the jerseys. No hate, obviously.
Oh, like, I guess I didn't get it. That's not what I thought.
Oh, what did you think?
I thought that those were the people that just watched it for hobby.
No, that's not
but
what
now
I
I understand.
That's funny.
Now I understand that you mean that it's like purely...
They literally just wear a
right.
hat.
It's all an aesthetic for them.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So, I place myself in between hardcore bias and casual. Where would you...
I think I'm also between hardcore bias and casual, but I think that I have more, like, baseball information than some other people just because I played so much. So I know what a lot of the stats and stuff mean, but I'm not going to be out here, like, memorizing people's stats. That's not...
There's so many numbers.
There's so many numbers, and why are there so many acronyms?
So many acronyms, so many letters, so many numbers.
And to be quite honest... No offense, I'm going to pick Roman Anthony. I don't give a rip. He's just the first person that came to my head. Full disclaimer, not even really a Roman Anthony fan. Support him, but no hate.
Go ahead, just continue.
Like, I don't give a rip what his ERA... He's not a pitcher. I don't give a rip what, like, his freaking batting averages and all that stuff. It doesn't matter, and it's going to change every day, so why am I going to memorize that?
We just need to know that he's really good.
Right.
That's all we need to know.
Exactly.
Is that he's this young kid that's really good.
Yeah.
And we're glad to have him on our team because you support...
Because I support the Red Sox, and I always will. Tony's episode is going to come out before mine, so I just want you to know that I do love Tony, and I cannot support his baseball opinions. Thank you.
I literally sat there and was like, so who do you root for? And he was like, the Yankees. And I was like, oh, God, why?
He's
Love
young.
him.
He's young. He'll learn.
I told him
or
he's
he
the
won't.
only, there's like room in my life for like 5 Yankees players.
And he takes up 4 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're a Red Sox fan. Did you choose this team, or was it kind of like inherited by like your family?
I definitely inherited the Red Sox. I had no choice in this matter. But then you grow up, and I could have chosen another team. I mean, I probably would have been shunned by my parents, but I could have chosen another team, and I did not.
Do your parents like actively watch the games?
My dad does.
Okay.
My mom, she's not like just for looks. Like, my mom doesn't care about the aesthetic at all. She'll go to a game, but she's not going to go out of her way. And I think that my mom is a supporter. She's very on the casual.
Great. Yes. Yeah.
But my parents are into it. We don't watch it a lot when I'm at my parents' house because my grandma is not into it. And I'm not going to put her through that. Except during playoffs, then I will put her through that. She did have to watch a couple Red Sox games during October this year because I was over at my parents' house. And I'm not sorry.
No, that's good. My mother is definitely just for looks. She has no idea what's going on. But, like, I inherited through the team kind of through my uncle, which is her brother.
Right.
So she picked it up from him. And then I was like, oh, baseball. Or somebody, when I was a child, was like, baseball. And she was like, we're the Red Sox. Like, that's, like, she was obviously the one who told me because my dad doesn't give a rip. He kind of does now because, like, when I watch the games, it's what's on the TV, so he'll sit down and he'll watch. Right. And then his guy, he calls him, who's my guy, is always the question because he doesn't remember any names. Trevor Story.
Yeah, well,
That's
obviously.
That's who he's talking about.
I think that if you are a middle-aged man who is going to gravitate towards a Red Sox player at this point, it has to be Trevor Story.
I love Trevor Story. I
love Trevor Story, yes, 100%. But I think that he's just popular with the dads. Because he's a dad and because he's a little bit older and...
He's 33. My father is 60.
Yes, but lest we forget that some of the men on this team are younger than I am.
True.
I think Roman Anthony might be younger than you are, but I don't know that for sure. Yeah, he is because he's 21.
Yeah.
But, like, Marcelo Meyer, full 6 months younger than me. So, like, Trevor Story, all things considered, is old.
Okay.
Not as old as your dad.
But it's just, like, I'll be watching a game, and of course I'm like, oh, Trevor had, like, spot 2 or 3 in the lineup a few times. So Duran's 1 or 2, depending on who was playing. And I'm like, oh, okay, we got through it. Maybe there was a really good hit. Maybe there wasn't. I don't want to talk about his season this season. It was a little touch and go. But then Trevor Story would come up to bat, and I'd be like, oh,
I can count on you.
My gosh, I'm so happy. Here he is. Look at him go. And my dad would be sitting, he'd be like, oh, that's my guy. Who's that? What's his name? That's my guy. We are going to Fenway Fest tomorrow.
So excited. And we'll update you on how it goes.
Yes. Maybe we should vlog it. You want to vlog it on the TikTok?
Yeah, we'll vlog it on the TikTok. Go check out the TikTok. I've been cutting down on my TikTok time, but for y'all, I'll bump it up.
Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, so Fenway Fest. Trevor Story's on the list of people to be there.
We should have brought our dads.
I don't think my dad would want to sit through that.
Me either.
He's very much a just for looks, a kind of casual fan, but only because I watched the games. Fair. He could not.
You can get a picture with his guy since your guy's not going to be there.
So that's what I'm saying is my guy's not on the list, but Trevor Story's on the list, and I told my dad, I was like, I'll get a picture with your guy because my guy's not there. But I just love, that should be his new nickname, my guy.
My guy. That's
my guy. Okay. Obviously, we've gone to games together at Fenway. Have you gone to any other parks?
Oh, that's a great question. That was not the question I thought you were going to ask.
We'll get back to your second question, I guess. But
no. Forget about it. No, I have not. Well, I've gone to a lot of minor league games.
Okay, yeah, and those count.
Right, so I went, the Dodgers, nope. The Detroit Tigers. I get them confused in my head a little bit. I was also very young. Mind you, the story I'm about to tell is from maybe middle school at best.
Okay.
Probably elementary school.
Okay.
Detroit has a field team in Connecticut. The Connecticut Tigers. And they were playing the Tri-City Valley Cats, who used to be the Houston Astros, one of their field teams, based out of our very own upstate New York. And so they were playing the Valley Cats, and my family was on vacation in Connecticut, so we went there. I couldn't tell you what the stadium's called, but it was smaller, obviously. But I haven't been to any major league stadiums.
I was listening to Katie Nolan's podcast, Casuals. Shout out, Katie Nolan. Hi, I love you so much. But I'm, like, going back through old episodes, because I have to listen to it chronologically. Right. I can't just start at the new one. I have to start at the old one. She made me aware of the Chesapeake Bay. Sometimes the teams have, like, secondary, like, fun mascot names or whatever.
Right.
So their fun mascot name is the Chesapeake Bay Oyster Catchers.
See, I like that. It's giving Sea Dogs.
It is giving Sea Dogs. I think that we like Sea Dogs a little bit better, though.
Not only Oyster Catchers is a little weird.
Well, let me explain to you what their t-shirt graphics look like. A baseball.
Yeah.
Inside an oyster.
Okay.
So you could see it like a pearl. Inside a orange baseball glove.
Oh, Oyster Catchers.
Right. So when you layer them all together...
It's just a lot, yeah. I understand what's happening here.
Okay, good. Because she explained this, and I was like, surely it can't be that bad. And then I Googled it for myself. It's bad. There's really
just
bad.
A lot of layering and folding going on there.
It's female anatomy.
Yeah, I thank you. I had it. I've been having it.
Anyway, okay. So you were little when you went to the Connecticut game. Do you remember your first game?
I do. I was... Insert picture here. I was...
We'll get one.
I have it.
Oh.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't know how old I was. I had to be 7 or 8, maybe 9.
Is this the picture of you on the bench next to Wally?
Yeah. And I had those bangs, like the bangs.
The little kid bangs.
Yeah.
When you
but I didn't have the bob to go with the bangs. I had long hair in the bangs, which was a look. But we sat way up by we were in right field. Mm-hmm. No, we were in left field.
Okay.
Anyways.
Just completely swapping sides of the field.
I'll let you know what side of the field we were on. I don't remember that, but I remember we sat in the absolute last row. Okay. And honestly,
closest to the wall, you mean, or in the nosebleeds?
Nosebleeds.
Okay. Nosebleeds.
And it was so ideal because I could see everything that was going on and everybody looked little, and I was really just so happy to be wearing my pink Red Sox shirt and with my parents at this game. We had been in Plymouth all week. I just touched the Plymouth Rock. It was sick. But I was really excited to be there, but also my parents kind of did a power play here because I was of the age where I had a very short attention span, which I still am, but less so.
Now it's diagnosed. Not really. We know what it is.
We know what it is, but I don't have any diagnosis.
Personally diagnosed. What do they call that?
Self-diagnosed. Yes, that's the word we're looking for. Anyway, so back to what we were talking about. We sat in the last row, and you could stand up and look over the wall into the city. So I could, watch the city all night when I got bored with the game.
That's fun. Was it late,
It was a night game. Okay. Yeah. And we rode the T in, which I'm pro riding the T in. Some of us are pro taking our car in, and I support that too. It depends on the game. It depends on the time of the game. But anyways, we took the T in, and it was really fun. I learned how to ride a train. That was the word I'm looking for, train.
Train.
I learned how to ride on the T and all that sort of stuff. And then I got a super sick picture with Wally, but the bench one, not the real one. But yeah. I don't remember if they won or lost. It was...
You were little. You didn't care
2/3 of my life ago. But I didn't really care who won or lost. I got to look over at the city. And I could be fabricating this memory, but I feel like at some point somebody hit a home run and then I, got to look over, but I think that's fake. Again, okay. I was just there for the vibes.
So you played softball.
I did.
As a child. Did this affect your baseball fanage?
Oh, yeah, because I played baseball before I played softball. So I, played I played t-ball.
Oh, right.
Starting at age 4.
Okay.
And then I, graduated from t-ball and played Little League for a few years. So I didn't start softball until I was in 3rd grade. I was
Do you have
playing
pictures
baseball
for
with
all
the
of
boys.
these?
Yeah.
Can I have them?
Yeah. Again, I've got the bob. I've got the hair. I've got
Where is our DoorDash being delivered?
up here in like 2 minutes.
Okay. That's okay. I just didn't know.
Let me check on it.
I heard a bang.
Those are my 10 minutes. 15 minutes.
Okay. I like want to be on my own so bad, and then I'm scared by sounds outside because I'm just a girl.
Also, I'm
just
not
a
life hack.
a young woman.
It doesn't have my name on it. It says Tom J.
Who's that?
I made up a fake name when I was in college because I was afraid my ex was a DoorDash driver and I didn't want him to know it was me. It worked.
That's insane. We're gonna not. Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, Little League as a kid.
Oh yeah, I played t-ball in Little League, and then in 3rd grade I started playing softball, and I played softball all the way up through college.
Okay.
I played in college for like 2 weeks. I'm not going to get into that. That's embarrassing. If any Hope College softball players see this, I wasn't there. But yeah, I played through all of high school. I played first base, which you can't see because of this podcast. I'm sitting down. But if I stood up, you'd be like, oh yeah, she played first base. I can't get out of this. Oh, my knee! So I'm kind of really tall. You can't see me. Literally, I'm going to be like...
torso, yeah.
Anyways, so I played first base. I had the stretch situation going on, and I pitched a little bit, which is different than baseball because it's softball and pitching is different.
Whole windmill situation going on.
Yeah. But I was really bad at baseball. I was really good at, not really good at softball. Somebody's going to see this and be like, she was mid. I was good at softball. I hit dingers. I hit a couple home runs in my life. Mm-hmm. But I was really bad at baseball, which is why I switched.
It's a lot better than how I was. I played 1 year in 3rd grade, and I was the catcher, but my glasses wouldn't fit under the catcher's mask.
So you had to quit?
No. Well, I quit just because I didn't really have any friends on the team. Because
well,
my one friend that did play quit, so I was like, I'm going to do everything that she does. Duh. But my glasses wouldn't fit under the catcher's mask. And I'm a parasite. My glasses wouldn't fit under the catcher's mask, but somehow I was still the best catcher on the team. Like, the first couple days of, like, they were figuring out where to put everyone, I was still the best, even though I couldn't see. Literally couldn't see. One ump made me
it's
cry.
like 3rd grade, so, like, people can't play,
well,
you know?
One ump made me cry because it was a rec league, and there was also girls on our team that did the travel, so they're, like, a little more advanced, because whatever, they're good. And this umpire made the pitcher cry, who was a travel girl, and he made me cry because he was like, what are you doing, catcher? You really can't see the ball? First of all, why are we, like, nagging on little kids?
Like, I'm 8.
Yeah. Yeah. Why are we doing... No, not the child to be ribbing, because I went off that field and I sobbed to my mother, and I sobbed to the coach, and the coach was like, I will never have this umpire ump a game of ours again. You can bet your little hiney. And I was like, okay, good. Very last game, freaking same ump, except he was completely different. So I don't know if somebody there was like, you made our girls cry last time, and he, like, completely switched around, or if he realized that he was a bad ump in the first game and was like, oh, shoot, I made 2 little girls cry.
Right. I mean, it could be either or. Honestly, good for you. I would cry after the first game of every season. Whether we won or lost, I don't care. I don't know. We would lose, and I'd be like, rat. I was just mad as a child. I just remember, like, crying and... Yeah, because I probably didn't get played enough or something. I don't know. I'm an only child.
Anyway.
I had some warranted crying and some very unwarranted crying in my playing days. But I never cried on the field, except for the one time that I got, like, really, really hit with a pitch really hard, but...
That's warranted.
That's warranted. There were stitch marks on my leg. Not stitches.
Yeah, the threading of the
softball. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, on my shin.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was warranted.
Shin. Oh, God.
Like, right here.
As someone who's played
bone,
soccer
all
and
bone.
gotten kicked in the shins,
Yeah.
there's a reason we wear
Petition
shin guards.
to make baseball and softball players wear shin guards.
They have one. They wear that little right...
That was not going to save me where I got hit. I got hit right in the meat.
Okay. Well, so they need bigger shin guards is what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we just need to get out of the way. God.
you could. Okay. So even through all your tumultuous, big word, I said it wrong.
I was just gonna let it happen.
Through your Rocky playing, why did you stick with it? What kept you, like, as a fan of baseball and softball, why did you... Because I didn't stick with mine. I clearly didn't like softball enough.
Right. I really did love playing softball. To the point where I was not good enough to play in college, and I still was going to play in college. And honestly, part of it is being part of a team. I think that's a big thing for me. And I think that I was not great at solo sports. I did solo sports. There's no accountability. There's no camaraderie. That's not 100% true, but it's mostly true. But I really loved being part of a team, and the fact that I got to hit stuff really hard for a long time.
That's always fun.
I hit a lot of stuff really hard, right? Like, you're having a bad day. Surprise, indoor practice today, we're going to the batting cage, freaking destroying these balls.
Oh my gosh, we had to put one of my dogs down on a day that I had a softball game. I'm just
Bro,
remembering this.
let it
this
out.
This is not in my first episode, which I'm probably going to redo anyway. But, yeah, I had to put a dog down during one of my game days. My friends came over and they, like, gave me hugs. They're like, we're so sorry. I'm sobbing through my catcher's mask.
Have to.
And then up at that, and I'm like, I can't see the ball because my eyes are watering. Why are you upset? My dog's dying.
Right. And it's like, does that make me play better or worse? Because I do remember my grandma telling me that my cousin was pregnant with my little cousin right before I was about to pitch a big game. Like, she comes up to the dugout, like, face on the wire, and she's like, Ashley's having a baby. That baby is now 9, so that ages me a little bit. He turned 9 this week. But literally, how do you recover from that? How do you pitch a whole game? I pitched awful. We got mercy ruled. It was just the worst. I mean, we sucked anyways.
Yeah.
If you see this, my high school and middle school, you didn't hear that. But we were really bad. But
I feel like there's no good child softball baseball team.
yeah,
Maybe
unless you're like in
baseball
the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
I also, I
like,
played
every
for...
person's experience is like, my team sucked. But I played.
Yeah.
Until I got good and better enough to,
Right.
play well.
Yeah. And I think that's part of it. Part of it was I went to a small school, and so when I started, there was a modified team and a varsity team, so a middle school team and a high school team. We then, my freshman year, really pushed to recruit people and got a junior varsity team, and I was on the junior varsity team for a couple years, and it was just really like we never cut anybody, we just had everybody. But this is true in baseball and softball. Pitching is half the game, right? If you don't have pitchers, it's going to be rough. You're going to walk people. People are going to hit off of you. Like, we would play teams, and they would have...
line of defense, but they also get the play moving.
Yes, exactly. And so we would play teams that had really easy pitchers, and I'd be like, I'm hitting a home run today. Best day ever. But meanwhile, I'm our pitcher, and I let up 8 runs. So it's like, work in versus work out. Not great. But I really did love it. I would still play if I could do so without creating car crashes in my body and stuff like that. But I cannot.
Anyone who understands that reference, there's a clip of Tristan Casas in the documentary saying that he caused a car crash with inside his body, and it's his cartilage and his ribs. So Emily you tore your labrum?
I tore my labrum in my hip.
And the doctor told you that it's caused by twisting and turning motions, which is how Tristan got hurt. And so we like to joke around and say that Emily caused a car crash.
It's true. And I did. Thank you. It is very possible that years of softball did wear it down. I won't say that to be true, but it's not untrue. It's from hitting all those dingers. Humbly.
Okay. Do you have a favorite moment that you either watched in person or on TV? Like, do you have a TV moment where you're like, that's phenomenal, the camera work was great, like, whatever, and then do you have a moment when you're in person where you're like, I'm never gonna forget seeing that with my own eyes?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Payton Tolle in the bullpen.
Yep, I'm getting there.
I knew it!
It's just like, when are you gonna be that close to...
Yes. Go ahead, continue. You can tell.
Anyway, so on TV, I was a big 2013.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason in my head, I was like, what if it's 2014 and I look like a fake fan? Yeah.
Yeah, 13.
In 2013, the Red Sox won the World Series. I refused to move, refused to go to bed for, like, the entire World Series. This has nothing to do with any of the camera work or anything like that. But I remember being sat, kerplunked, in my parents' living room, recliner seat up, underneath a Red Sox blanket. I will give you a picture to insert of this. Reminder that I was not a cute kid. I was cute, but I was, like, not cute. So I was awkward. So I had my little Red Sox blanket on. I had a Red Sox hat on my head. And, like, I would not move. I would not go to bed. I think it's the latest I stayed up at that age because I had to watch all of the games. And I remember that I was there via the TV when the Red Sox won the 2013 World Series. And that was mind-boggling to me because
they did it.
They did it.
No more baseball.
Also, that was, like, the era where all of my childhood players were in their prime. I was like, David Ortiz, I named him my crayfish after him too. Prince Fielder as well, but David Ortiz, Prince Fielder, Dustin Pedroia, like, they were just, like, cool guys. A lot of them were first basemen or, like, designated hitters. Dustin Pedroia was small and scrappy, and I really liked him, and I thought he was really cool. But I was like, this is the coolest moment ever. Like, everybody's so excited. I also, in my youth, remember, like, being in Boston for games and being like, this is wild that I'm actually here. And then things would happen, and I'd be like, that was wild. Like, I went to a Red Sox game the day before the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yeah.
And so I stayed home from school the next day because it was an evening game, so we got home late.
Yeah.
And I was home from school, and I turned on the news, and they were like, the Boston Marathon just got bombed. And I was like, I was on that street yesterday. I met the runners in the elevator, which was crazy. But anyways, that's not the point of this podcast, and that's really sad. But I remember watching on TV, right? Like, David Ortiz giving his speech and being like, this is our effing city. And I was like, this is, like, my team. This is so cool. And
I live in a different state, but it's my team. You're right, David Ortiz. This is my
This is Miami City. Like, I, in that moment, felt the way that everyone in the world felt when Mamdani became the mayor of New York City. It was, like, the same vibe. I was like, I don't even live here. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then in person, we went to a game this year in September. Last year at this point.
Whoa.
Time warp. Where we sat, well, we had gone to a game 2 weeks before, and we had sat in section 41.
Right field. Up high.
Yeah, right field, like, pretty up high. Pretty middle of the road seats there. Yeah. They were good seats, but
I feel like Fenway's so small that any seat you get, unless it's the one behind the pole, is...
And even then, you can just...
There's a TV.
Lean over into your neighbor and see the TV and all that sort of stuff. But we had gone 2 weeks before, and we were like, oh, let's go check out our seats for 2 weeks from now. And
which you bought.
I had bought them. I did. I bought them for you for your birthday.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, they're in section 41, row 3. Well, it turns out that row 1 is the handicap row. That's
row
just
2
chairs.
is the walkway.
Row 2 is not a row. So we were actually in the front row, right behind the bullpen. Like, quite literally right behind the bullpen. At one point during the game, oh my gosh, I don't remember his name. One of our pitchers that we recently traded.
No.
It was not Whitlock.
Traded?
Starts with an M. We might not have traded him. There might have been some rumors. I don't know. Sometimes I'm, like, deep in the Facebook baseball lore, and sometimes
you can't go to Facebook. Facebook's
it's all fake.
Yeah,
it's all fake.
Reliable.
Tristan Casas and Jaron Duran both have, like, 3 different babies to, like, 12 different fans right now.
Okay, well, the Tristan one,
I wouldn't be, like, shocked.
I'm not surprised about that.
But, like,
it's not true. It's not true. It's not true.
It's not true.
But I would not be surprised.
You did not
hear
it
The
here.
Jaron one, I was shocked because I was
because
like,
that girl is a fan. She's, like, 18 years old.
Well, the girl in the picture was a fan, but the name that they used was his ex-girlfriend from 4 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I stalked her on TikTok once. I didn't learn anything.
Moving on.
Anyways, moving on. So, we are sitting behind the bullpen.
I'm trying to figure out who
and at one point, I'm looking at the bullpen because people are moving down there, and it's exciting. We're winning the game.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody just hit a home run.
Not our team.
Yes, they did.
Our team?
Yeah, Yoshida hit a home run.
Oh. That makes sense.
I think that was who it was. Anyways, so things were just like, people were moving.
We were having fun.
We were having fun. It was hotter than... It was literally September 28th, and it was 85 degrees. It was real warm.
Yeah.
But we were enjoying our souvenir cups anyways, and our chicken tendies. But then Payton Tolle pops his head over, and if Payton Tolle ever sees this, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But Payton Tolle and I made some sort of eye contact, or like at least I was looking at him. And then he kind of like
face right there.
He kind of like looked towards me. He could have been looking over me, under me. I don't care. But in my brain, he looked, and we made eye contact. And the reason that it's important that we made eye contact is because I freaking panicked. I said,
I was talking to her, and she didn't answer me. And I looked over, and she was frozen like this. And I said, "What's going on? What happened?"
And I was like, I just made eye contact with him. And so she was like, well, why didn't you wave?
Why didn't you wave?
So then it happened again. And I didn't wave again.
Right? And then, so then a couple weeks before, the day before our first game that we went to, I went to the game with my uncle. And so I was like, let's go check out the seats. I'm going to show you the seats.
Wait, before we get there, I have an interjection. Okay. So then, like 2 minutes later, there was like a change in pitchers or something. Something happened where there was an extended delay of game of sorts. And Payton Tolle standing up at the fence. And then
Jaron walks over.
Yes, and then who strolls over but Jaron Duran
from all the way from left field.
Yeah,
he does not belong.
He was thirsty. It was hot out.
He was grabbing a water bottle, but my mother had just texted me and was like, "How's the? Do you have a good view of Jaron or whatever?" Because she likes to make fun of me, and so I was like, "Yeah," and I sent her a picture that I had taken of Jaron. I look up from my phone screen. He's walking in our direction.
Right.
I panic. I freeze. I freak out.
This was after you were, like, verbally assaulting me, basically, for being like, why don't you just say hello?
You could wave.
Why don't you just wave? Like, we were close enough that Jaron was, like, outside the bullpen, so
he would have waved.
Yeah, but he couldn't hear you. But, like, the guys in the bullpen, he could see you from where he was if he had looked.
That's true.
But the guys in the bullpen could definitely have heard us. If I was like, hey.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Totally.
Also, the two very large men in front of us would have heard us, and I fear that they would have turned around and been like, shut up.
Yeah, they definitely thought we were, like, for the looks.
Little fangirls.
Little fangirls. And I was like, bro, I know everything about this.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
so
Jaron walks over.
Marleigh flipped out after she was verbally assaulting me for flipping out. He was just getting a drink of water and hanging with the guys. I took a picture at this moment of time.
Video.
I took a picture and put it on the Instagram story and tagged them. They both saw it. #famous.
Totally didn't see my...
That kid really gave up was the dinger.
Yeah. I took a picture and put it on the Instagram story and tagged them. They both saw it. #famous.
Totally didn't see mine.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. So, anyways, then
okay. So game's over. Who did they play? Someone not important because we were like, these are kind of cheap. We could just, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yeah.
What am I feeling? Orange? I'm getting the color orange.
Yeah, the brewer launch on the podcast.
That's wild. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mikey.
Yeah, he is going to watch this. Ew, I hated that.
I just have a friend named Mikey. So
I know you do.
I prefer Mikey over Mike. But if Mike wants to go by Mike,
that's fine.
Mike, because that's his name.
That's his name.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, that has quite literally nothing to do with what we're talking about. But
anyway, so I was like, let's go look at the seats that I sat with my uncle because they were really cool and they were really close. And she was like, oh, sure. It also gave other people time to get out of the stadium, so we didn't have to be in this mass of people. Whatever. So we go. And he was in the Loge box. Is that how you say it? L-O-G, however you say that. 10, which is like 2 sections up, right behind home plate on the right field side of home plate.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, these are my seats. I was sitting right here. That's so cool. We look out onto the field, and some of the guys have, like, quick changed because somebody was wearing a tie-dye t-shirt, and I was like, what's going on? There's, like, a couple of the players who have, like, quick changed, and they're out back on the field talking to media people, talking to families, whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, the boys are right there. I reach up and I point. Apparently, I was spotted by Payton Tolle, is how Emily thinks
you go, happened. Look, he's right there. And I go...
I was talking about Jaron. I was not
right, that's important. But I didn't see Jaron at all.
I think he was wearing the tie-dye t-shirt.
Well, that's stupid.
Somebody near him was wearing the tie-dye t-shirt.
But you were like, look, he's right there. And I said, yeah, I know he's looking at you. And then I looked at Payton Tolle, and I don't know if he saw me at all. But he whips his phone out of his back pocket, turns around, head down, type. And I was like, that was the most awkward thing that's ever happened to me, even if he didn't see me.
She thought that I embarrassed her in front of Payton Tolle.
I don't care if you embarrassed me. I just kind of felt bad for the kid, because at this point, he definitely thought we were... Right, and then he's... Like, we saw him in the bus.
Yeah, this was the game where we
waited.
We waited outside to see the players come out, and they were... At this point, they'd made it to the playoffs, so they had to go play New York in New York. And so they changed into their little outfits, and they were getting on a bus or whatever. So we're standing outside, so if they had looked through the windows, they would have seen us. But then also, we were going to hang out with a friend, and so we walk around the corner, like, the bus leaves. We're like, okay, sick, that was cool. We go walk, because she's like, there's a sandwich shop over here, let's go over there. We come to a corner, and the bus drives past us again.
Right. If it's a square, we do an L, and the bus did the opposite L, and the bus drives past us while we're standing on this corner. And I was like, we need to go home. We can't be here anymore.
If the police were looking at us, which they weren't. There's
about to be a restraining order against me. But maybe sometimes I'm like, maybe I think I'm more important than I am.
That's true.
Because they probably didn't...
I'm sure they say so many faces. I think
Payton Tolle would, like, if you had asked him after that night, he would have been like, you show him a picture of me in a lineup, he's like, I didn't see this girl once. And that's fine. That's really fine with me. But I just really was like, this man thinks that we're stalking him.
Yeah.
But we're weird stalkers because we're not like, we won't say anything to him. We just freeze.
Yeah. we go a little bug-eyed.
He viewed my Instagram story while he was in the bus that I was standing next to, which was a little awkward.
That's a little wild, yeah.
Yeah. Put two and two together, big guy.
Okay. Next question. Have you ever met any players or had any super cool experiences? I know tomorrow we're going to go.
Yeah, I've never met any players, period.
Tony had some cool stories.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Because guess what? He is a fan of the Yankees.
No. He had, like, Tri-City Valley Cat stories.
Oh. No, I never met anybody at the Valley Cats. And then they went up
and they became cool people.
I got to go on the field once at the Valley Cats.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why? Did you do the little kid race?
No, I didn't do the little kid race. Bro, I was not the kid that was going to be in the kid race. I'll just say that and leave it there. But I was shy and not, like, I was an athlete, but I was not super athletic in the way that I would be like, yes, let me dress up in a mustard costume and go.
No, you don't dress up in the mustard costume.
Right, you race mustard and all that.
Yes, yeah.
And I was not, that was not going to be for me. No, thank you. But there was one time that I got to go out on the field. We ran the bases, walked the bases, something like that. Mm-hmm. I think it was with my little league, maybe. We also went to the Tri-City Valley Cats with my 5th grade class. Mm-hmm. And I have some pictures from that. But I don't think that's when I went out on the field. Obviously, it wasn't that memorable.
But that's cool.
Yeah. Tomorrow will be the first time I've ever done the stadium tour at Fenway.
Really?
Yeah. My parents are very excited because my parents did it for their anniversary a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, oh, the tour is so cool. You're going to have so much fun, blah, blah, blah.
I
want to do a self-guided tour and end up places that I'm not supposed to be on.
That's what I said. My mom said, they're going to call security breach on you.
Okay.
She was like, I better not get any calls from the Boston police that you're doing stuff that you shouldn't do.
I'd be the second time this week I was told not to be a criminal. Yeah, like, what?
Last time when I was in Boston with my parents, we were in Beacon Hill, and there was this brick on the ground, and it had either Boston or Beacon Hill engraved in it, and I was like, I could just take that. Because my friend has a Troy brick in her apartment, but that was like they were selling them. And so she bought hers. But I was like, I could just take that and then be like, it's off the street of Beacon Hill. My mother was like, you're not bringing a brick back home. You're not doing that. You can't steal. And I was like, it's coming out of the ground. Right. I could just pick it up and nobody would know. And she was like,
free brick.
No. And so she told me that I couldn't take any bricks. So tomorrow I'm going to text her and be like, I'm going to steal a brick. I also threatened to take
you can't do that
chair.
because I feel like Barb's going to start to think that I'm a bad influence. No. And that has nothing to do with me.
I was like, what if they were giving away chairs from Fenway? And she was like, why would they do that? And I was like, I don't know, maybe there's old ones in the dumpster somewhere. And she was like, you can't. And I was like, why not? I'm taking my car there. I would have to carry it around for a while. I would also have to dumpster dive for it.
Right.
But I could get a chair. I could get a chair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I could.
You could bolt it right into the floor in your room.
That'd be crazy. That'd be
Your
wild.
mom would kill you.
Yeah, she would. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I was going to say something. I think I lost that thought, though. Why should someone be a fan of the Red Sox?
Oh.
Well... Your little soapbox. Here you go.
I'm so excited. I just think that the Red Sox have such a culture of baseball, and I think it's because Boston's a sports city, right? If you go to different cities, it's not always like that. Mm-hmm. It's one of the biggest sports cities in the country. Mm-hmm. But people in Boston are, like, kind of rough around the edges, and I think that makes it really fun.
Kinda.
They're rough around the edges. I was being nice. But, right, like, this is New England. We're not exactly nice. And so...
Y'all ever hear Noah Khan?
Exactly. So, the reality of it is you can go and you can yell and you can shout and, like, where else are you going to get a Yankees suck chant when you're not even playing the Yankees? That
was wild.
You're not even playing the Yankees. You're, like, playing the Orioles.
That was so funny.
And you're getting a Yankee suck chant. And it's one of those things, too, where you meet people, and I just remember, I think this is the most vivid example in my brain of it. Vivid example I have of it in my brain is when we were sitting in the front row, the guys in the row in front of us, like the chairs, had season tickets, and he either saw somebody else that had season tickets or he invited his friend, and he was like introducing them to everybody who was sitting there because they were, it was the women who came down and were in the handicap section. He was introducing these women to all of the different people in this section with him because a bunch of them are season ticket holders, and he was like, they're family. These people are family. Like, I'm not related to them, but they're family. And it feels that way because you go there and people are like, oh, yeah. Like, you just have this common thing to connect over, which I think is universal with a lot of things. But it's Boston sports. And then you can get so hype. And I know that you don't love Sweet Caroline because it can be a little tone deaf at times when you're, like, losing in the 7th inning and everybody's, like, holding hands and singing Kumbaya, and you're like, literally we're down by, we're losing by 6 points right now.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that can save us is Chapman and a grand slam.
Like, I love his montage when he comes out.
Me too.
It's so good. Anyway.
But the way that everyone rallies around that team, whether you're winning or losing, and the fact that the vibe in Fenway is no different whether you're winning or losing, is huge. I think that's a big part of it, right? Because we have been losing for a while now. Not this year, not next year, but you could have a shit season and Boston fans are still going to show up.
Yeah.
Boston's not going to lose fans because... I'm sorry, I swore on your podcast.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Boston's not going to lose fans because they played like crap or because the trades didn't go the way they wanted or they didn't do well in the trades, and that was...
Baseball's going to break your heart.
Baseball's going to break your heart.
162 times, which is almost every single day for 7 months.
Right. And it's like, is that good for my mental health? Probably not.
But we keep coming back.
But there's chicken tendies. So it's like, whatever. But... No, I think that's part of it, is baseball's going to break your heart, and baseball is so transient, right? There's 162 games. You could win or lose any one of them. You could beat the Yankees in every single freaking game all season long.
And then when it matters...
you could blow it. And we're still going to love you. I'm still going to go to the Section 10 podcast Halloween party. I'm still going to go to Fenway Fest. I'm still going to...
We're going to bring it up.
And I'm not going to get over it. That's the thing about
but we still
Boston, too, is, like, they can hold a grudge.
Oh my God.
But I think it's the way that the city rallies around him is really awesome to me, and the fact that it feels homey to go into Boston and to go to Fenway and to take the T in, right? It feels that's not the word I'm looking for. It feels like you can navigate it. It's not this elitist thing. Boston is like the blue collar of baseball teams, right? Like the Yankees, like I'm not finance bro enough to get into there.
Yes. They're like so Wall Street, their stadium's so big.
They're so bougie. And it's like, and I'm going to give a little shout out to the Cubs here. I'm a Boston girl through and through. My roommate is a Cubs girl. She was raised in Chicago. But there's something about like the historic fields where you're like, I don't need to show up. I could sweat through my shirt here. I'm here because I got cheap tickets last minute. I haven't slept in days, but I'm here. And I don't know. It just feels very accessible and like anybody's welcome there. And maybe that's part of my shtick in my life.
You're accepting of all people?
I think that that's just my job lends itself that way. It like I kind of feels like I'm talking about camp right now,
yeah,
but I'm talking about Boston baseball. I got sidetracked. Yeah. Anyways, that's all. I just think I was raised by a lot of blue collar men, and it feels blue collar men in nature to me. And I think that people who are looking for a baseball team that will break your heart over and over again, but won't give up and will welcome you into like part of a family.
They're the scrappy underdogs that have lost so much that they know the community is more important than winning. Right,
exactly. And then they rally together when times are tough because the community is more important than winning. Anyways, that was long and rambly, and I don't even know if I answered the question. I got lost.
That's okay. I let you get on your soapbox. Do you have a least favorite moment that you watched? One that you're like, damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
This year during October, it was just like hard. I know I'm not gonna. I hate to bring it up over and over again, but it's hard to watch them lose to the Yankees after they've won to the Yankees so much.
Okay.
It was one bad inning too. That's the thing that got me.
My opinion was that if we had won against the Yankees and then we played against the Blue Jays, how we played against the Blue Jays like previously in the season, my dad was like, the Blue Jays are going easy because they've already clinched their spot or whatever. Don't care. We still beat them. So if they played the same way, because they're not just going to, like, not play as hard when they're that close to the offseason. If we had beaten the Yankees and played against the Blue Jays, I am of the opinion that we would have won against the Blue Jays, and then we would have been where does that bring us? The Dodgers? That
brings us to the Dodgers. And realistically, there's no way we're beating the Dodgers. Maybe this year we'll beat the Dodgers. Maybe this year we'll have what it takes to beat the Dodgers. It's hard to beat the Dodgers' budget. That's the reality of it. Like, money talks, and the Dodgers have it.
Yeah.
If you look at the budgets, that's the most hardcore I get, is like, you look at the budgets and you're like, yeah, so everybody's screwed except for the Dodgers right now, actually. Which is why they have so many rings. Also, that's why they have half of our team from, like, 2013 on. Like, somebody gets traded, and I'm like, I wonder where they went. Like, one of our good players, Mookie Betts. Like, but then they're never as good on the Dodgers as they were on the Red Sox. Like, he's good, but...
Why are we throwing fighting words?
I'm just saying... It's because the power of friendship on the Red Sox is what makes them good.
You know what? It's okay if you cause a fight in the comments, because that means that people are watching the episode.
Exactly.
Wow.
Maybe I'll start a fight in the
Engagement.
comments. Maybe Tony and I'll fight in the comments. I'll find some random Dodgers fan to fight with. Fight with Mookie Betts himself. I don't even care.
Mookie has a podcast.
Yeah.
I've never listened to it.
Maybe you should, and then you should be like, Mookie, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Listen to my podcast, and then he and I can fight.
Okay. All right. Do you have any opinions on trades that... that's going on right now? Go ahead.
You want...
Yes,
I think you're fishing. I think you're fishing for a certain... I think Tristan Casas, there's no way he doesn't get traded. He just can't stay healthy, and so there's no way he doesn't get traded. That's not what you thought I was going to say.
Nope.
But I will talk about Jarren Duran.
I didn't want that one. No, put it back in the box.
Who do you want me to talk about, Bregman?
Just anyone. Just any opinion of who we've got, of who's still on the chopping block. I
don't know what it takes to run an MLB team. However, if I was in the office we'd be doing things a little different. I just think that we're making a really big deal about this whole we have too many outfielders thing. And we've watched Roman Anthony sprain his oblique. We've watched these things happen. I know we have a 40-man roster, and I don't know, money does money things, trades do trade things. I'm just a girl.
Okay, but
my thing is, they're like, we have 4 outfielders. We have 5 outfielders.
If one of them gets hurt...
I think we should have 4 outfielders. I don't think we should have to go to the freaking...
minors.
To the freaking Woo Sox every time we need somebody gets hurt. I mean, that's how we got, like, Marcelo Meyer and all them guys, so I'm not mad about it. Like, there's something really big about getting the call that you're going up to the show, right? Yeah. Like, that's huge. And I want that for guys. I don't want us to have to do that every time somebody gets injured. Mm-hmm. I know that it's not great. Because then they get injured
themselves.
Right. And then they have to go back down to the minors, and, like... I just don't want to, we go to the World Series and...
I'm of the opinion that we need at least one extra guy, because if somebody gets hurt, you plug in the extra guy.
Right.
And,
like...
Craig also said that he's comfortable having... I saw this somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw
that he's comfortable
with having these people on the team. I would like an extended contract... is what we all would like.
Right. I think
JD, but
that's part of it is you need an extended contract. You need some sense of security. Free agency is hard when you come up as a free agent. It's like, what do you do with that, right? For 6
years of your life, the people who pay you money are like, we
You're
don't know.
a pawn to our game.
And then
we don't know.
A couple months later, they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you this amount of money. Oh, but we don't think you're worth that much, so we'll give you this amount of money. And you have to negotiate that every single year.
Right, which is like,
if you like the guy, just keep him.
If you like the guy, keep him. And also, at some point, you're making so much money that it's like, if I have a loyalty to the Red Sox, but the Dodgers are going to pay me more, if the Red Sox are trading me, I'm going to get traded. But,
yes.
Right, if they're offering me any amount of money that is equivalent to an MLB, I almost said scholarship, an MLB salary, I'm not going to be like, I think I deserve more. You're making millions of dollars.
Yeah. We say this as people who are not currently making millions of dollars.
I work for a nonprofit. I'm not making millions of dollars.
Maybe if we were making millions of dollars,
I'd want to be making more millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I just think at some point, you only really need so many millions of dollars.
Yes.
And they're making millions of dollars, like tens of millions of dollars.
Yes.
That's more than you will ever need.
Yeah.
I could retire tomorrow. Which, that's part of it too, right? Is they're making all this money and then they're going to retire at 35.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
But still...
There's also like the...
You're never going to need $55 million. Ever.
True. Unless you're Tristan, you have 12 kids. Become the next Nick Cannon. Tristan does not have kids. There's no rumors of him having kids.
Except for if you check my Facebook.
No. Well, yeah.
I don't know whose random baby is in those pictures. AI does crazy things. But... It's not even AI. They just take a picture of his face and then a picture of some random lady with a baby, and they're like, this baby is Tristan Costas'. And, like, I don't know if that's true, but I don't think so.
It's not true.
I'm like, the math is not adding up.
It's not true.
But
have any advice for people who are, like, kind of curious about becoming fans of baseball but aren't really sure?
Yeah, don't watch it on TV first. I know that it's hard to bite the bullet and buy a ticket to start, but the number one thing I hear is... from people that I've never felt this way, and I think part of it was because I played, so I knew what was going on. But people are like, oh, baseball on TV is so boring. You have to immerse yourself in the social current. That's sociology, babe. In the social current that is, like, going to a baseball game. Even if that's a minor league game. But you have...
The minor leagues are shorter, too, because they play a different way.
Right, exactly.
I don't entirely understand. But you know what? It helped when I was on that date. Because it got me through the game faster.
Bro, he's going to watch this.
No, he's not. Don't watch this. You know who you are.
Turn it off right now. You have to, like, be part of the social current. Half of the fun of...
what that means?
Yeah, so the social current is basically, right, you're at a baseball game, and everybody starts singing Sweet Caroline, and it's amazing, and everybody's cheering, and everybody's getting hyped, and you don't actually really care about baseball, but all of a sudden, you are so swept up that you're, like, so hype.
There's, like, a magic that happens.
Yes, and it's literally, like... I learned this in my sociology class in college, that it's called the social current. You get swept up in the social... I'm telling you, because I sound freaking nuts right now if I don't cite my sources.
Okay.
you get swept up in it a little bit, and it does feel like magic. It feels like you're part of something bigger. And through that, you can start to build the framework of what does the baseball actually mean. And you can figure out if you're going to be a casual, I go to a minor league or major league baseball game once a year, or once every other year fan, and that's your shtick. Or if you, like us, are like staring at the field and everybody looks a little too small for you, but you're really intrigued by what's going on, then you can watch baseball on TV. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to be bigger on TV, which is actually ideal if you're watching for baseball. But you're not going to have all the background noise. You might have some commentators. Some of them you'll love. Some of them you'll be like, literally stop talking.
My favorite.
Yeah. But I think starting with a game in person. Also, if you know people who like baseball, go with people who like baseball. But go with people who casually like baseball. Don't go with people who like baseball the way that you like baseball. Because I like going to baseball games with you because I'm really into the game. Mm-hmm. But, like, if somebody
We also take our yap breaks.
Yeah, we take our yap breaks. But usually our yap breaks are about plays.
What's happening. Yes, yeah.
But go with somebody who is either a Just for Looks fan or a super casual fan. If you know anybody, they can help show you the ropes. I think the part that's most intimidating about it is getting to your seat in the first place.
Yes.
Because everybody's coming in all at once.
That's a good point. I wouldn't, if you're Just for Looks or like a beginner casual fan, I wouldn't go with someone who's super hardcore because they're going to either be really paying attention to the game and ignoring you, or they're going to be like, why are you asking me so many questions? And then you're scared. You're like not into it because you're like, well, I have all these questions, but nobody's going to tell me. People will tell you. If you do happen to perchance find yourself in the unfortunate situation where you are with someone who is so hardcore into baseball, but you're not, and you have all these questions, turn around and ask the guy behind you. We will answer questions.
He's probably so drunk, but he'll answer.
Well, okay, yeah. Some people, yes.
But, like, I'm telling you, not everybody's drunk. That's an important disclaimer.
No, there are really nice guys.
There are really nice guys.
That we were in the wrong seat in front of us.
Yeah.
He, like, overheard from behind that we were in the wrong section, and he turned around and said, give me your phone, I'll put you in the right direction.
Right.
Whereas every other guy, nobody else was helping us.
No one else was helping us.
They were just mad that we were in the wrong spot.
Right. Which, like, I got bad juju from that spot to begin with, but
I could not.
My body was so tense. The guy next to me, like, his leg and my leg were pushed up together, and I was like, stop touching me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think most of the people are nice. People will help you out. Go to a game. Go with a friend. Go with a friend who's never been to a baseball game before. That'd be kind of fun.
The minor leagues are more entertaining because I think they are centered more towards the kids. So there's like stuff happening out on the field, and they're shorter because they play it a little bit of a different way.
If you're in it for the hot dog and ketchup costume races, minor leagues are for you.
Yes.
If you're in it for heartbreak and satisfaction and dedication,
obsession.
Yeah.
Then the majors are the way to go.
The majors are the way to go. And if you're in it for the budget, sorry.
At least on the Boston end of things.
Yeah. But it's fun. Make a day of it. And then you can watch them on TV. Yeah. And you'll be like, I saw that person in person.
That's always wild. When they do, like, close-ups, and you're like, wow, this person's so famous, they're on TV. And then you're like, wait a minute. I made eye contact with them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Perhaps. We don't really know if...
I don't ever need to know. I could die not knowing.
What if you meet him tomorrow and you're like... And he's like, whoa, hey, I remember you. That would be horrifying.
I don't know how I'd respond. I think I would give him the exact look I gave him last time.
Huh?
Talking to a blank stare. That would be wild. Yeah. We're gonna vlog on TikTok tomorrow, which by the time this comes out, we will have already vlogged on TikTok.
But you can go check it out.
Go check it out. You can see, I'm gonna wear a brand new shirt. You can peep the fit. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. You'll have to go to TikTok to see more, because it's really good.
Yeah. I think that's about it. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yankees suck. Go Red Sox.
Yankees lose.
Duh, Yankees lose. Nothing but respect to Derek Jeter, though. Shout out. He's just so timeless. You don't have to put that in. Please don't put that in. I don't need Tony to know that. No, I don't have anything else that I want to talk about or need to say. I just think that everyone should be a baseball fan. It's hard for me when people aren't baseball fans, because I'm like, how? I don't understand why you're not enjoying this.
I tend to trap the people, my coworkers at work, into baseball conversations, and then they leave, and they're like, I don't know how I ended up here, but I had a nice time.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. And I want to introduce more people to baseball. I'm happy to take people to be part of baseball. None of my cousins play baseball, and that's really hard for me.
Aww. And those little kid games are so fun to watch.
Right? Because everybody, it's like
They're cheering your heart out.
It's like the seagulls from Nemo. Mine, 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 mine. Everybody goes towards the ball, even the base runner. And it's like, girl, guy, whoever you are, child.
Get the kid out in the back who's eating sunflower seeds out of the glove.
Right, he's eating sunflower.
You're like, how did you even do that?
Literally, like, picking flowers.
daisies.
And you know what? He's going to be Jaron Duran someday, so it's fine.
Oh, I have to tell a story. So,
oh, God.
We went to the game, and at one point, I look up, and I was like, this kid's picking daisies out in the field. Jaron Duran, I don't know what he was doing, but he picked something up out of the grass, and he, like, threw it over onto the warming track, and we were like, huh.
What did you just call it?
What are you saying? Say it again.
Tupperware?
Say it again. Slow.
Tupperware?
Slow. Very slow. Say the first syllable.
Tub.
Wrong.
The warning track?
Okay, I thought you said the warming track,
think
and I was
I
like,
did.
girl, we need to have a talk.
I think I did the first time.
Like, what are you doing? Preheating the hot dogs out there? Warning
Toast
track.
him on a little bit of gravel.
Yummy.
Crunchy.
Play
No.
dirt.
He literally picked something up out of the grass and threw it out there. And we sat there and we were like, this kid's picking daisies. He really is just an 8-year-old kid. And then we look over and when he stands at the top of the dugout when he's talking to Cora, he's just kicking his feet back and forth. Like
Literally.
shuffling feet.
Like, are
swinging
you
feet back and forth.
the Red Sox?
Are you 12?
Are you the Red Sox left fielder, or are you the kid from my 8U Little League team?
What is that movie with is it Meet the Robinsons? With the little kid that gets hit in the face and he has a black eye the
You
whole
be
time?
asking the wrong gal.
Don't watch movies. There's a Disney movie. I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen.
Does he have
This
spiky
little
orange
kid-
hair?
That's the other kid.
Okay, that's the only kid from Meet the
foster
Robinsons
kid
that I know.
brother wears
Okay.
a baseball cap the whole time and he looks a little depressed or whatever. But
Anyways, disclaimer, I do watch some movies, but not many, so that was not one of them. Anyways, thanks for having me, everyone.
Oh, you want to plug yourself?
No, I don't. I don't want them to know they can know my Instagram because it's on your Instagram.
What when
Fun. I hope you had fun too.
I'm hungry.
I'm so
Need our
hungry.
food?
I literally, my stomach's been grumbling. The mic's gonna be like blah 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 blah. I haven't eaten since 12:15, and I had a bagel for lunch. My sesame bagel has come and gone. Shout out Dunkin' Donuts. You're a real one. I forgot to bring lunch to work today, and I had to stop after physical therapy and get a donut. Nope. Bagel. Sesame bagel, cream cheese on the side. Also, donut. Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not gonna, shameless plug. This is not sponsored. Dunkin' has protein coffee now.
Ew.
I know. I thought it was gonna be you. The one I got wasn't bad. I don't know if I'd do it again. But, anyways, then I came home and I just hit some upper body pump. So if you see me looking like freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger soon, I just want you to
This
know.
girl just watched Terminator for the first time.
I just want you to know it's the Dunkin' protein coffee at work. Anyways, not sponsored, but if Dunkin' wanted to sponsor,
I would love that. Would love.
you could have a blue culotta in every single one of these. Blue over here.
I like my artificial blue food dye.
Yeah.
Not red. Blue.
Yeah, red's not good. Do you know you're not allowed to have red dye after surgery? Because then if you threw up, they wouldn't know if you're throwing up blood or not.
That makes sense.
You need to cut the cameras.
Okay, bye.
Welcome to the extra credit portion of the episode. Thanks for listening to this episode, and here are some other podcasts or resources if you decided subject baseball isn't really for you. If you're looking for Red Sox media specifically, besides the tens of TV shows and movies out there, the Section 10 podcast talks statistics and they post an episode after each series. You can listen to anywhere you get your podcasts, but I think it's funnier to watch these guys on YouTube. The Nesson reporters do a podcast called 310 to Left, and there's also the Fenway Rundown. 310 is found on the Nesson YouTube channel, but you can also listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Fenway Rundown can be found on the Mass Live YouTube or anywhere you listen to your podcasts. For more casual sports information, check out Katie Nolan. She has a SiriusXM podcast and a YouTube channel where she posts her shorter videos. While she's not sports specifically, and she's all things Philly, Kylie Kelsey's podcast Not Gonna Lie shines the light on women in sports if you're looking for some female empowerment. Baseball Explained is a channel on YouTube with shorter explanation videos on a variety of baseball topics. Baseball is Dead, Foul Territory, and Baseball Today are the most popular podcasts when you search baseball on Spotify. There's also Mookie Betts' podcast called On Base with Mookie Betts. Feel free to share other baseball or sports podcasts down in the comments for our new fan friends. And thanks again for listening to Subject Baseball.